so that we can finish on time, highly effective people, emotionally intelligent people. I'm sure I'm going to see difference from the way we even relate in this workshop, because we have higher emotions and we are personally effective. Personally effective people are people who also manage their time so that we can finish here as quickly as possible. So I'm going to take you through one of the most important aspects of this workshop, which is called personal growth and development. And if there's anything that you need to take away from this workshop, is this topic, this model, because this alone can change our lives. Personal growth and development. Personal growth and development is about continuous process of improving oneself in various aspects of life. How do you improve? How do you be better than what you are today in all ramifications? And I listed the following things that I want you to continuously improve in them. The first thing I want you to keep improving is your emotional intelligence, right? We just finished about it, so I don't have to talk more about it. The next thing I want you to improve is your intellectual capacity, intellectual ability. Because you are your brain. We are all functions of our brains. The most powerful organ in our body is our brain. So if you focus on improving your brain, you will have this growth, you have this development, and everyone will be surprised by how much you've changed. And because every outcome in your life is the function of your brain. Every result you see is because of what happened inside here. Because even here was someone's thought. Why did that thought happen? In the brain. So you can change your brain, change your intelligence, and then you can change your outcome. But unfortunately, we grossly underutilize the powers of our brains. We don't even recognize the power of the brain. We grossly underutilize it and underestimate the power of the brain. We accidentally started limiting how to use our brain powers because nobody taught us how to use our brains. We started limiting how to use our brains by ourselves. And I want you to imagine the capacity of our brains. A brain, someone said, I initially argued that, someone told me, he said, our brain capacity is about the minimum 2.5 million terabytes. And I said, well, is it not limiting to even set a limit for the human brain? And he put it this way, he said, okay, pick your computer, pick a laptop, and now put a book inside it. You know, you have online books, right? So one book might weigh maybe 10 megabytes, or maybe let's say 100 megabytes. One book, 10 MB or 100 MB, anyone you give it. So imagine in your laptop, you can have 1,000 books, right? Inside your laptop, you can have 1,000 books. But most of our laptops are just how much? How many gigabytes? 500 gigabyte, highest 1 terabyte. 1 terabyte. But it's containing 1,000 books. So imagine if 1 terabyte can take 1,000 books. We are not talking about 1 terabyte. We are not talking about 1,000 terabyte. We are talking about 1 million terabyte. We are talking about 2.5 million terabytes. So you're talking about 2.5 billion books loaded inside your brain. At what speed do you want to drive your car? Do you want to stretch your brain? The decision is yours. The accelerator is on your toes. You press it the way you want. If you want to go 240 kilometers per hour, you can do that. If you want to go 1,000 kilometers per hour, 1 million kilometers per hour, the choice is yours. But the car, the vehicle, the brain is capable of driving any speed you drive it. So the brain has no fixed size. It's up to you to stretch it, to expand it. And remember, once expressed, when expanded, it will never shrink back to its previous dimension. So always engage in brain toughness, in brain exercise to expand your brain. And even if you don't have the biological intelligence, you can still develop it. Because intelligence is of 3 types. We have the genetic intelligence, and we have the other 2 that are available to you. The first one is genetic. You get it from your parents. And 90% of your genetic intelligence, you get it from your mother. Remember I told you, we have 3 types of intelligence, right? The genetic and the other 2. The first one, 90% of this first one, you get it from your mother. And 10% from your dad. So this is what's running inside your blood. So it's something that is biological, you cannot change it. So even if you don't have it biological from your family, you can build it. Because you have the majority of the intelligence, which is the 2/3, that are available to you for you to nurture and unlock. And that is why under this one, I'm going to share with you the 10 hacks that you can apply to unlock the powers of your brain. And most of these things are centered around nutrition. The food, remember I promised to tell you the names of this food. Nutrition, novelty. When I talk about novelty, it's about creation of new neurons inside your brain. You see, your brain, what's inside your brain are neurons. And these neurons, they store information, they store memory, and there is connectivity between them that sends signals to one another. And if these neurons are fresh and healthy, and the connections is strong, you become very intelligent and smart person. But if the neurons are weak and are not connected, you don't become smart, you don't become intelligent. So you lose the power of your brain. So your job is now to create new neurons, to build neurons in your brain and enhance the connectivity between them. So as some neurons are dying, some are being born. So now how do you give birth to more neurons? And that's what we call neurogenesis. You now create new neurons in your brain. And neuroplasticity, where they become strong and they communicate among themselves. Have you ever seen someone who is suffering from dementia or Alzheimer's, who will even meet their children and ask, who are they? He has forgotten that he has children. They have forgotten the names of their children. They have forgotten if they own the house or not. They have even forgotten they have just met someone just a moment ago. I know of a girl who has a father that is experiencing Alzheimer's. She just met the dad. The father, she greeted him. And just after 5 minutes, he called her and said, where have you been? I have not seen you for a week. And this is someone he just met just now. So because there are no neurons to store those information, he's just experiencing just the moment, and there is no history, there is no storage, because the neurons are the warehouse where you store information and you store memory, and they are deteriorated. There's no way he can store those information. And what happened to you in your life after, throughout your old age, is determined by what you do now. So you don't say, I have to wait until when I become old, then I will start taking care of my brain. It's too little, too late. If you want a healthy brain when you grow old, you start producing that kind of brain now. Because you can see an old man with a young brain. And on the other hand, you can see a young man with an old brain. So the choice is yours. So I will share with you what you do to build these neurons, enhance the connectivity. And mostly these neurons are created when you do 2 things. Number one, when you do exercise, when you eat very well. You see, these 2 things have been coming back over and over again. What you eat and how you exercise. These are things that create life, that bring more life to your life. And the lifestyle, how you do things, how you manage your thinking, how you manage your mindset, also affects your brain. If you don't do these things, what you are going to have is what we call memory lapses, mental fog, mental fatigue, and losing your brain power. You don't want to do that. Memory lapses is when you are holding the pointer in your hand and you are looking for it everywhere. Why is my pointer? Why is my pointer? Not knowing that it's already right here in your hand. Or you walking into a room, wanted to do something or to pick something, and then you arrive in the room and say, what did I come here to do? And then you have to go back, you've forgotten. Just a moment. Bye. You know what you are coming to the room to do, but you arrive in the room and you have already forgotten what you are there for. These are all memory lapses, mental fog. You have information there, but you cannot retrieve it. What's the name of that person? What's the name of that street? You know it, but you cannot bring it. You cannot retrieve it. Mental fog. A lot of people suffer from mental fog. And if mental fog gathers, become too much, it leads to dementia. And there is no any shop in the world where they sell extra brain. The moment you lose this brain, nobody will borrow you their own. You are gone, you are on your own. You are your brain. The first thing you need to take care of is your brain. Because if you lose it, that's all. So I want to share with you these techniques that you're going to use to develop this intellectual capacity that will help you to build your intelligence, focus, and even memory, so that you don't forget more and then you remember more and avoid dementia, Alzheimer's, and all this amnesia and the rest. So if you are ready, let's take these names of or tactics. Things you need to do to enhance your brain powers. If you want to have a young and agile brain, do the following things. Number one, brain diet. Brain diet. D-I-E-T. These are the foods that the brain wants you to eat every day, or at least to make them regular in your life. When you eat these foods, they all have their benefits, they all have their purpose. What are the foods that I want you to eat for your brain, to improve your well-being? The first food I don't want you to eat is that kind of food. Okay, bring it out. Let's see it. It's for the lesson. Let's bring it. Because the first thing you need to do is to avoid certain food. Okay, let me see that. Everyone wants to see it. We want to learn it. You see, these are what you call processed and fried foods. What's it inside? Chips. You see, I didn't even see it. You see, I didn't even see it, but I said processed, packaged, and fried things. You see, someone said anything that has a label in it, don't eat it. Anything that have this package is well designed, decorated, so many text, they've written so many things. Anything that has text on it, anything that has a label in it, don't eat it. It passed through a process. It's not organic, it's not, but that's very extreme, I know. I'm not saying don't enjoy your life. Just manage the excess you take these things, you know? But if you live healthy life, once in a while you can enjoy a little bit, yeah? So let me share with you, okay, but let's keep working on those things, food to avoid, like anything sugar, too much sugar things, processed food, fried food, highly processed carbohydrates. You don't want that. Cookies, popcorns, you go to cinema, it's overeat. But all these things I'm saying, overeating, and make them regular in your life, and all those junk things. And they're not good for their brain, for your brain. So watch over them. But do more of these things. Number one, the best food that I want you to take for your brain are as follows. Number one, avocado. Avocado. If you have not eaten avocado for some times, You go out here, there are so many people that sell this avocado around here. So you can buy avocado along your way today, and it gives you focus and attention, which is good for your brain. The second food I want you to take is blueberries. 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 They are very good for your brain. The number 3 is called broccoli. 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 Why are you frying like that? What's happened? You like it? It's not what? It's not sweet. She said it's not sweet. So you're looking for sweet things. Most sweet things they kill. That's why sugar is a deadly food. All right, broccoli. And then the number 4 is coconut oil. Coconut oil. So you can replace coconut oil. You can replace those vegetable oil, power oil with coconut oil. The next food I want you to take, number what? Number 5 is green vegetables. Anything that is green. Anything that is green, green leaves, is good for your brain. And then egg. Egg is also very good for your brain. Eat a lot of egg. How many eggs in a day? Shall I fry it? Shall I boil it? A lot of people. Which egg? Is it hen egg? Is it ostrich egg? Which kind of egg? Is it snake egg? A lot of people. Okay, let's make life easy, right? Egg is egg. Everyone knows the kind of egg we're talking about, right? But you can boil it. It's recommended you boil it, but even if you have fish has an egg. No, we are coming to that. I will mention it. I will mention it. But I'm doing egg now. Yes, I'm doing egg. So egg is good, but if you have too much cholesterol, you have to watch over it. Maybe one in a day. If you are very good, healthy, you can do 2. You can skip based on the doctor's recommendation. And then the next one is fish. Okay, let's take fish. Fish, salmon fish, particularly salmon fish. Salmon fish is good for your brain, but avoid those fish that have high mercury, like tuna fish. You don't want to be taking tuna fish, but catfish, those common fish we have around. Yeah. Oh, now you're happy. Look at Madame. When we say broccoli, she said no. But when we say fish, she's smiling. Okay, that's good. So you can pick the one you like, and put them in your life, part of your life. The next one is turmeric. Turmeric. You know turmeric, right? Turmeric is a spice. You are not to eat it like raw. You can blend it in your food and then eat it. And then walnut. Walnut is also good for your food, for your brain. Anything nuts, but particularly walnut. And then we have dark chocolate. Dark chocolate. Dark chocolate. Chocolate. That's from Nigerian accent, right? Chocolate. And then the father of them all is called water. Water. Water is the number 1 food for the brain because it gives you more fluid in the brain. It's sending oxygen to the brain because the brain is just 2% of your body weight, but consumes 20% of every nutrition that goes to your body. Any food you eat, the brain has 20% of that nutrition. It goes to the brain. And if you have headache, take water. If you have mental block, take water. If you forget things, take water. If you have anxiety, take water. Any mental problem you have, if you want to remember more things, take water. So water is a secret. He's drinking water now. I think we need more water now. When I see my students coming into the classroom or exam hall with water, I say that's allowable cheating. You can come in with their water because when you drink water, it enhances your brain power to remember things. So take a lot of water during the day. And when you wake up in the morning, you've already lost a lot of water during your sleep. So you take a lot of water in the morning. That is number one. So let's move to number two, which is killing ants. Ants. A-N-T. 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 Ants. When you see ants, what do? You kill them, right? You put insecticide. So kill ants. When you kill the ants, your brain will grow. Is that what I mean? No. But that's just how it sounds. But what I mean is you killing the ants. The ant stands for A, automatic, and negative T thought. Automatic negative thoughts. So ants stand for automatic negative thoughts. I want you to kill those automatic negative thoughts. Any thinking that comes to your brain that is negative, anger, regret, grief, hatred, anything that is negative, limiting thoughts, kill it. Because if you don't kill it, it will kill you. Because those things, they eat the brain. They add to your stress. But what is the strategy of killing those ants? You see, anything you feel is as a result of change in your in your breathing. Any feeling you have is as a result of change in your breathing. So change your breathing, change your feeling. Even thoughts can be displaced through breathing. And that is why one of my coaches taught us about this kind of breathing exercise that says, or strategy that says, whenever you have a negative thought, do not resist it. Because anything you try to resist, it persists. Anything you tell your brain, don't do it, that is the time when the brain will start doing it. If I say, don't think of a big black elephant, what are you doing just now? You are thinking about the big black elephant because you said don't do it. Even if it's a child, you say, child, don't enter that room. The child will want to enter that room to see why I should not enter that room. That's how our brain works. Because you don't say, brain, don't think of this thing. This thing. The brain will now say, oh, what's that thing? Okay, let's bring it. Let's extray it. Why should we not think about it? And then it just becomes your preoccupation. And anything you focus on, it grows. Anything you pay attention to, it grows. It's just like you picking a coin and put it as close as this to your eye. What can you see? The coin. All the vast mountain and the horizon before you will vanish. And the only thing you see is the tiny coin. The tiny coin now has become amplified and dominate your sight because you focus on it. You are bringing it closer and it becomes bigger. So you don't want to focus on that negative thought. You don't also want to resist it. The first thing you need to do is to embrace it. I mean, accept it. Okay, let me use a better word. Acknowledge it. Acknowledge the negative thoughts. After acknowledging the negative thoughts, you now breathe in oxygen into where you have these negative thoughts. As if these things are going inside to cleanse or clean these negative thoughts inside. As if they are detergents going in there to clean it. And you have to imagine those oxygen are positivities, possibilities. And all these positive things you can imagine. Possibilities going inside your brain now to clean this negative thought inside your brain. As you are doing this imagination, you also release out the oxygen. When you are doing the release out, you now imagine this byproduct of this cleansing is going out. This negative thought is going out, and then you align. Aligning is you saying the opposite of that negative thought. If you think the other person is bad, you regret that, Now you look at the positive side of this event or situation or this person. In one of my master classes, I was talking about mastery of mind. And I was teaching young people how to achieve happiness and achieve success. How to get rid of anger and envy. How do you remove envy out of your life? How do you remove anger out of your life? And I challenged them and I said, anytime you think of one negative thing about someone, you are now challenged to come up with 10 positive things about this person. Because we are more good than bad. If you can think of one bad thing about me, then your assignment is now to think of 10 good things about me. And you have to do it. That way we become more positive toward other people. And that way we now become safe from our negative thoughts. Because when you hold these grudges, these grips, you are like holding a hot charcoal in your hand. You are the one burning, not the other person. So watch over ants. When you see ants, what do? You kill them. And in this course, we mean automatic negative thoughts, not those animals, right? Automatic negative thoughts. That's number 2. Number 3 is peer group. Peer group. Who are the people around your life? Who do you spend most of your time with? They said, show me your friend, and I will tell you who you are. Because you are an average of 5 people you spend most of your time with. If I want to know you, I just need to know your friend. If I see your friend, I can conclude who you are. At least 5 friends around you. So surround yourself with intellectual and highly capacitated people. That way, you now build a new standard. They set the bar for you. They challenge you, they inspire you, and you want to be like them. But when you spend time with people who like to play around, who are not tough, who are not smart, you become like them. So surround yourself with people that will hold you in high regard, who will challenge you to be at your best, not people that will put you down. Like always coming to this workshop, spending time with me, sharing these things, inspiring you. Not just after the second day or the last day. You can create your environment with people that are not even physically around you by listening to their videos, watching their videos, listening to their podcasts, reading their blogs, or even reading their books. You can create your environment locally. So watch over the people around you. It affects what happens inside your brain. The next thing is clean environments. Clean environments. As you clean from the outside, you are also cleaning the inside. I just need to visit your office and see how clean and tidy it is. And that tells me what's going on inside your head. So you guys, I'll be visiting you in NJC, surprise visit, and randomly visiting your offices and see how tidy and clean it is. Because that tells me how clean you are inside. If things are disorganized, not arranged, not tidy, so also the brain is not organized. So the brain has this kind of effect. When it comes to an environment and it's clean, it also settles inside. It settles itself inside. So clean environment is good. The next one is sleep. I talk about sleep. So talk about different types of, maybe I did not share with you different types of sleepers. There are dolphins, there are lions, there are bears. We also have wolves. These are different types of sleep. But you see that the benefit of the sleep only come to you when you sleep during the biological hours of the sleep. Because the only benefit you get from the sleep is only when you sleep during the biological hours. And the biological hour of sleep starts from 10:30 p.m. to 6 a.m. That's the only time when you get the benefit. When you sleep, your body rests, relaxed, your tissue get replaced, you get sanitation and consolidation inside your brain. If you say, I'm going to sleep in the morning, you only pass out, but you are not sleeping. There's a difference between passing out and quality sleep. You can make sure that you have total darkness in your room. Your room temperature should be between 20 and 25 degrees Celsius. And make sure you have what I call the power down hour. Just 1 hour before you go to bed, switch off your phone, switch off all the lights, no screen, no TV, no phone, no computer. Because these lights, this screen on my computer, the screen on my phone, they are giving me what I call the blue light. And this blue light, it inhibits the secretion of melatonin. You need melatonin in your eye before you be in a state of parasympathetic mode. When you see somebody is dizzy, want to sleep, it's because melatonin has been secreted inside his eye. And that's why he's in that mode. And that is when you sleep. But the moment your brain sees the light, the communication you are giving your brain is that we are not ready to sleep. It inhibits the secretion of the melatonin into your eye. And then there's no way you sleep. A lot of people who complain, they go to the bed and they spend 3 hours and the sleep has not come. What's the problem? The problem is that you are looking at your phone immediately and you want to sleep. It's not possible. So the power down hour allows you to cool down and slow down your brain so that the brain can supply the melatonin into your eyes, and then you can fall asleep. You can make phone calls, you can read books, you can play cards during this power down hour. But avoid anything that is mentally exhausting, because you don't want to exhaust your brain just before you go to the bed. So these are some of the hacks you can apply. You can also exercise in the morning. Some people, we are asked to do exercise at different times. Group A, that we are asked to exercise in the morning. Group B, that we are asked to exercise in the afternoon. And Group C, that we are asked to exercise in the evening. And their quality sleep that was observed. And guess what? Who had the highest quality sleep or better sleep? Those that exercise in the morning. Exercise in the morning will allow you to sleep better at night. If you are the kind of person that does not fall asleep fast as like me, dolphins, people like me, we call ourselves dolphins, who don't sleep fast. I mean, we go to bed, we have what you call insomnia. We don't fall asleep fast. And a little noise, a little movement, we are awake. And even if we sleep for 7 hours, 8 hours, it's not enough for us. We still want to sleep again. Dolphins. Lions are people who will sleep just 5, 6 hours, they are okay. They start kicking, they become strong in the morning. Bears are average people who falls and wake up with the sun. And wolves are people who are night people, mostly young people. So if you're a dolphin who found it very difficult to fall asleep, what I want you to do is don't take a nap. Don't do nap during the day. And you need to also expose yourself to the sun so that you can tire yourself well, so that when you go to bed, you fall asleep. If you don't sleep for 7 days, you die. That's how long it will take you to die without a sleep. So sleep is life. If you don't sleep for 7 days straight, you leave this world. So sleep is what gives you the strength in your brain. And always write down your dreams. After you wake up, take a lot of water and remember your dreams. Because God will not come down to earth and speak to you. But God can speak to you through your dreams. So do not neglect your dream. Have a dream book. When you wake up in the morning, write the dream you had just today. And then review this dream book and see what kind of pattern of dreams do you have. Is there any similarity? And what event in your life happened just after this dream? So that you can see what signal are you having in your dream. Because your subconscious mind will also be talking to you through your dream. Because dream is a window point to your subconscious mind. So have a quality sleep. Do not let anything undermine the quality of your sleep. The next one is brain protection. If you are to go on the back of a horse, or you want to ride motorcycle, or you want to go to a construction site where there are hazards, wear your helmet, protect your brain, because there's no shop that sells brains. The next one is continuous learning. The more you learn, the more your brain expands. Your new neurons are created when you read. Reading is active learning. I don't want you to do passive learning. One of my students said, "Hey, Prof, I'm watching videos on YouTube. Is that enough learning?" I said, "No." "I'm listening to podcasts." I said, "No." Because those videos are giving you the processed image. You are not doing the imagination yourself. But what I want you to do is to do active learning through reading. When you are reading, you are processing the information, you are creating the imagination yourself. Because intelligence is just imagination. If you have imaginations, you are intelligent. And then the last one is maintain or manage your stress. Like me right now, I'm already tired. So I need to manage my stress. I know we are about to close. So manage your stress. You see, when you are tired, there is cortisol. It's a very dangerous hormone that has been secreted in your brain. And cortisol. And this cortisol is a big enemy. It's like an insurgent. And what he does, the first thing he does, he kills all the armies that protect your brain and started eating the assets inside your brain. So too much of it will overpower your peacekeeping armies inside your brain. And then it started destroying all your assets. You don't want that. So manage your stress. If you work in an office, after every 45 minutes, take a break. After every 45 minutes, 15 minutes break. You leave your office, go and take fresh air, flex your leg, and then take water, and then come back and continue. That way you manage your stress. So these are the intellectual hacks. And then also social, improving your social skills. This improving communication and your relationship, professional level, physical. Physical is about health and well-being, and then spiritual. Spiritual is knowing why you are here in this world, connecting with your God. Self-reflection, setting your goals, and actively working toward becoming a better version of yourself. That's what we call social personal growth. So I want to just share this slide with you to read it. It's about communication. So how do you improve your social skills? You do these things on the screen. These are the communication skills I want you to do to improve your communication skills, which is not just about what you say, but how you say it, and also what you don't need to do. Okay, things you need to do in conversation, and things that you are not allowed to do in conversation. So these are things that you can reflect on your own. Appearance, I also talk about appearance. We don't have much time. And myself, I don't have that energy to keep talking about all this. Other manners for personal development. What caught to my mind is talk less. I like that. Say thank you when you are appreciated. Expect good from people. I will send you these slides and master it. How do you win people? Win over people. Control your emotions. Understand the clash of belief system. Acknowledge the other person's ego. Set the proper frame. Smile. And don't criticize. Use names. Begin with praises and appreciation. These are very powerful things. Professional. Become dependable. People should feel that they can depend on you. Teamwork skills. Organization skills. Adaptability skills. Technology literacy as well. You can learn this by teaching yourself all these things, by getting a coach, by reading, volunteerism, learning mindset, and setting your job visions and skill visions. But before we end, let's go through these images of differences between successful people and unsuccessful people. And I will allow you now to review it. Just look at it without me saying it. Just look at the image, and then you know what that means.